for anybody who's maybe getting into photography or filmmaking or whatever it might be in the creative space, those are really interesting worlds to straddle. You're talking about wedding photography, corporate photography, commercial photography. How do you not get pinholed into one?
Yeah, I mean, it's a very varied repertoire, but I feel that the common denominator is the camera. So if I know how to use my camera and it's understanding people and light and really getting creative with it, then it's just finding the enjoyment in every field and really wanting to shoot more in it. So I like the challenge, I like the variety, and I just really enjoy seeing different worlds, actually.
It makes 100% sense to me because all of it is linked. And I think for anybody who's getting started in this world who wants to dabble in both, it's not about, say, what you're photographing. It's that you're photographing. So as you say, the camera is the common denominator. Yes, it is. It's a tool that allows you to do all of these things. So don't get limited by the travel. Don't get limited by the corporate stuff. Don't get limited by the weddings. Because in my opinion, wedding photographers are the best photographers.
Thank you.
Because you've got to do so much on a day. It's like you've got to interact with the people on the day. You've got to get portraits. You've got to get landscapes. You've got to do still life. You've got to capture everything in a day. Because your client, the bride and the groom, have put so much into that day. There's a lot riding on it. You're just like, oh my God, there's a lot. And so there's a lot of pressure on a wedding photographer, which is why I don't shoot weddings.
But I've found that by shooting in so many different worlds, there's experience, there's shooting styles and varieties and techniques that I've pulled through from those worlds into weddings and vice versa. So there's stuff that I've done at the race circuit that has come into play when I'm with the wedding couple and the groom's got a really fancy car as the wedding car and they want to get some snazzy shots. So I'll be doing that panning shot, which I was doing at the race circuit. So it's just all kind of pulls through and it really benefits all different shooting styles.
So how is it that you've taken, say, to the corporate world? Because one thing I talk about with young photographers is if you're going to do corporate stuff and you're going to do wedding stuff, don't let them live in the same house. Like you just keep them separate. So when you showcase this, you showcase it as we do corporate stuff. And then the other side is we do wedding stuff. So that way you're not mixing these worlds visually, because sometimes clients don't understand it. Whereas as a photographer, yes, one understands it. You can take things from the corporate world and bring them into your weddings and weddings into the corporate world. So how do you manage keeping those worlds separate?
Yeah. So on my wedding website, on my main website, which
so you have multiple websites.
One's under construction, and then I've got the main website, which is julietlemon.com, little plug, and that's got my wedding work on it. There is one section for portraits, but it's not that obvious. So I don't show the conferences and the marketing shoots for the corporate clients on that one. I actually haven't properly showcased my corporate photography work for quite a while. So, just people don't really know about it. But I've been busy for about 14 years with corporate, so something's pulling through.
Do you do it on purpose?
Yes. It's just nicer to focus on the weddings. And to be honest, the corporate just comes in.
Which is interesting because weddings are what people search for more so. And I feel like corporates are more referral.
Yeah.
So it works.
Yes.
You don't need the corporate website as much because it's like, oh, I worked with Juliet.
Yeah.
She's great. You guys should use her too.
Yes. I haven't posted for a while, but I do put stuff on LinkedIn. So I have been getting lots from there. And that, again, is the referrals, the recommendations. And, when previous clients connect you through someone else's inquiry, that's a really great way to go. I do push portraits on my social media platforms because they're just beautiful lifestyle feeling pictures and it doesn't feel stuffy and that's kind of the style that I shoot in anyway. It's with that twist of lifestyle, that freshness, that vibrancy, not here I am against a plain backdrop looking really moody and boring. It's actually working with the clients to give them a bit of life. And inevitably, many of my wedding couples use me and refer me for their works in their corporate world. So that's where the connections come through really strongly.